is saying, you lost this battle because when you sinned against me, you doomed yourselves. He says, you did this to yourselves. And he said, and I'm not going to be with you in any fight until you remove these things that should not be among you. He's saying the things that were stolen need to be destroyed. And the person who stole it, they need to be destroyed too, because they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they took it. And so that's how God's telling me, saying, that's how you can fix this. He says, if the nation of Israel, if my people want me to be among them again, then they need to remove this thing. And this is an important lesson that we learn right here, guys. And the important lesson is that God will never bless sin. God's never going to ask you to sin. God's never going to tell you to sin. He's never going to want you to sin. And he's never going to tell you, oh yeah, it's okay to sin just a little. Or it's okay to sin here or to sin there. God doesn't bless sin. Sin, and JD talked about this last week, sin in the deepest sense is separation from God. It is you rejecting God. That's what sin is at its core. Is you saying, God, I know what you want, but I don't want what you want. I don't want you right now. I want something else. And God, what you're telling God is you're saying, God, I don't want you near. Because if you wanted God near, then you'd be obedient. Then you'd want the things of God. And so God can't bless sin because when you sin, you're saying, God, I don't want anything from you. We are called to bless, not sin against God. God does not give you any opportunities or any allowances to sin. And in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 9, it says, not returning is talking about how Christians should be. It says, not returning evil for evil or reviling for reviling. So even when somebody does something evil to you, even when somebody sins against you, you still don't have the opportunity to sin against them. But on the contrary, blessing, knowing that you were called to this, that you may inherit a blessing. What this is saying is that if you want to be blessed by God, then you must follow God.